Welcome back to Packet Tracer activity. This is activity 233, basic router configuration using CLI. So we're going to be using the CLI to perform basic router configurations, and then we'll verify that configuration and all our connectivity. So a small company has expanded its office into another building. You must configure the routers using so that traffic can traverse between the two networks. So step one, we're going to configure device host names. So we want to set the host name on the main office router. So we'll open that up, go to CLI, and we want to go into global configuration mode by doing an EN or an enable. And then enter hostname main office. Whoops. Alright, there we go. I was just in privileged exec mode. I have to do a configure terminal or conf t to get into global configuration mode. So once I did that, I could do the host name main office, and you can see it's already switched there. So I can exit, command to get back to privileged exec mode, and then I can save that by doing a copy running config startup config. Or copy run start. Alright, so now I want to set a host name on the RMT Site 1 router. Open that up, go to CLI, and do an enable conf t, and then hostname RMT underscore site 1. And a copy run start to save that one. And now we are on step 2. We are going to be configuring router interfaces. So we're going to configure the serial interface on the main office router. So we need to go back into global configuration mode, and we are going to configure the serial 0/1/0 interface. So then we go into the interfaces config here, and we will give it the IP address of 192.168.1.1, and the subnet mask comes right after that, 252. So, and then we set the clock rate for the serial port at 64,000, and no shutdown. Alright, so now we want to configure the fast Ethernet interface on the main router. So we want to do interface fast Ethernet 0/0, IP address of 192.168.2.1, and the subnet mask follows. And we want to enable the interface with a no shutdown. And exit out of that, do privileged exec mode, and do copy run start to save that. And now we want to configure the serial interface on the RMT Site 1 router. So we go into that one, conf t to get into global configuration, and then we want the serial 0/1/0 IP address of 192.168.1.2 subnet mask and no shutdown. And then we just want to exit out of there and do the copy run start again. So now on step 3 we're going to configure RIP on first the main office router. So back to the main office router. We want to go back into global configuration mode, enable RIP by typing router RIP, and then we want it to be version 2 for the next command, and then we want to configure the networks to advertise. So we want 192.168.1.0 as well as 68.2.0. And copy that one. And now we're going to go over to this router here, conf t to get to global configuration, and then the same thing here, router RIP version 2, network 192.168.1.0 and network 192.168.3.0, and exit back out of there. Copy run start. And now we're going to configure enable console and VTY passwords. So we want to go back to main office here, conf t, and we want to set the enable secret password to Cisco123. So we will go enable secret Cisco123. And now we want to get into the console line here, so we go line console 0, and then we want to enter a password for the console of class. And then we want to go to the login, and we want to put a password on the VTY line, so 0/0 and then password class there, and log in. And now we can exit out and do copy run start again. And then we're going to do the same thing again on this router. So we want to enable secret Cisco123, and then enter into our console line here and do password class, login, and now into our VTY here, and set that password class, log in, and exit so we can copy, run, start. So now we are going to verify that we have configured everything correctly. So we're going to show the running configuration for the main office router. Show running config. So we are going to scroll down through this list and look for the host name, passwords, IP address, and routing protocols. So there's our fast Ethernet interface that we've set up. There's our serial interface that we've set up. There's our router RIP version 2, the two networks we advertised. We have a password class on the line. We have a password class on the VTY. And we didn't see it, but it was up at the top. The first thing it showed was the enable secret password up there. So that looks like everything was verified how we had it. So now we're going to check this one and just typing in show run for short. You can see the enable secret is right there. Whoops. There's our serial. There's our router RIP. And our passwords. So that looks pretty good, I think. So we're going to, we can see we don't have some connectivity here, so we might have to check something again, but so if we're on PC 0, can we ping PC 1? PC 1 is 10733. So that's not going through because we don't have something set up here. So we're missing this connection right here between the RMT Site 1 switch router and our switch 1 right here. So let's go up and see what we skipped. I'm guessing it's the fast Ethernet on this one. So if we look at that show run again, there's our two fast Ethernets and neither one of them is set up, so that's what's slowing us down here. So which one do we need to set up? We need to do the 0/0. Alright, so we want to do a conf t interface FA for short 00, IP address 192.168.3.1. Let's try that again. and add the subnet mask. No shut, turns it on, 2 exits, and a copy run start. Alright, so now that's coming to life here. Waiting for this last one to turn green here. There you go. So we've got it all connected. Where were we? Down at the bottom. Now if we try to ping this one, we're still having a request timed out here. Alright, so now we're going to go through here and do a trace route to see what's going on. Still timing out my ping here. Oh, let's try 192.8.3.3. So if we look at the reflection down here, I'm not sure what's quite happening with our ping. Everything's connected, should be going fine. I'm not sure where Packet Tracer is getting this address because I don't see it. 3.3? Yeah, PC1's IP address is 10.7.3.3. So they're not pinging each other because 10.7.2.3. This is 10.7.3.3. They're not in the same subnet, so I'm not really sure what we got going there. But if we were to change that to a 2, you'd think you'd be able to do it. Well, let's try to ping the other way. So this one is 10.7.2.3. Give that a little time to reset here. I change these both to 3. Anyway, I think Packet Tracer may have some addresses wrong here because that's not anywhere in the activity. But we can go ahead and look at the reflection, what commands are used to enter into the fast Ethernet 0/0 when starting at the user exec prompt. So we saw that once you're at the user exec prompt, you type en to go to privileged exec, conf t or configure terminal to go to global configuration, and then interface, and for short you can put fa 0/0 to get into that interface, and which interface must be configured with the clock rate command, and that is the DCE side of the serial connection. So that is it for Packet Tracer 233. Thank you very much for watching.